So my art is about shit. What is it about again? I was never super talented at drawing, from life, and I never thought that I was really a great artist by any means. But then when I got into clay, I sort of found that I could actualize in 3 dimensions a lot easier than 2 dimensions, and I sort of found inspiration and found my voice a little bit. My art is about capturing moments of emotion, intensity, playfulness. Through action and gesture, I'm able to record these moments through clay. I've been talking about grief a lot and joy, the junction between the two and how often they're pitted against each other, but I think they actually inform each other. As I'm working, I'm processing emotions, and I think a lot of times, depending on how I'm feeling, the work turns totally different, and I really like that about it. I mostly make because I don't know what to do with my hands if I wasn't making. I think I make because it's fun. It's just sort of how I decided to spend my life. One time I was carrying a board of pots and I dropped it. They all landed on the ground and they were much more fascinating and they had more movement and they were all of a sudden like way better than I could have ever done just making them intentionally. And through that I was able to sort of find that this action and this gesture of affecting something that I've made created more interest for me, and that's sort of the gist of a lot of what I do. I make to explore. I want to always continue to be trying something new and find a lot of inspiration through that exploration. That's really what the work is about, and why I do it is sort of this playful nature. I think my style has developed as my skill sets have increased. I'm constantly inspired by learning new techniques and new ways to make things. As you become more skilled, then you're able to work in that style better. You have to learn the rules before you can break them. Getting really skilled at a thing and then throwing it at the wall. But then, that captures the moment. Most of my pieces are these conglomerations or assemblages. It's usually a repetitive process of creating an object, say a thrown vessel, and repeating that up to hundreds of times and then combining them throughout. So that can be throwing pots or making slabs or extruding tubes. It's always a sort of repetitive mechanical process that is then repeated and then assembled. And oftentimes I find that those processes are kind of the boring part, and I'll spend 2 hours throwing vessels or extruding tubes, and then I spend 5 minutes combining them all, and that's the most fun part. That last moment of creation of combining them all, that's really where I'm shining. Most of my inspiration for the work comes from the material, sort of just learning its capabilities and the extents that I can take it. I'm constantly looking at nature, looking for forms and textures. Often I find inspiration in tree roots and, highly textured bark and things like that. Your art is so tied to your persona and your personality, and as you grow as a person, I think your art grows as well. I think about this often, about what I would say to myself as a young artist, and I think just trying to get involved as much as possible in any way possible. Intern at a museum, or volunteer at an art auction, or reach out to your local artist and ask them if they need someone to help them carry stuff. Just get involved. You have to prioritize what you want to do, and you have to make a lot, and you just have to keep making, and you have to filter a lot too. Just because you spend hours on a piece doesn't make it the best thing you've ever done. Just move on, make more, just keep making. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Broccoli on YouTube and Instagram. You can find my work at my Instagram, Grayson Fair, or my website, graysonfair.com. Thank you.